So the launch of Halo 5 Guardians is fast approaching. It is just a matter of weeks away, and of course the hype train is very much gathering speed. And there have of course been numerous questions from fans, and Josh Holmes recently took to Twitter to answer a number of those questions. And one of those was, how are 343 going to keep the content fresh long after the game's launched? And well, one of the things he said is, quote, "We'll have new maps, modes, hundreds of new wrecks and more." He then went on to say there's going to be new weapons, armour and skins added to the game as it moves along, all in the name of keeping games new and interesting for as long as possible. Then naturally, as a follow-up question, someone asked him basically if there's going to be a cap on how much rec you can actually earn, and he then went on to say that once people hit level cap, they can still continue earning rec by playing multiplayer, and they will be able to use, English is good, those earn points for rec packs. So it's not just going to be a pointless grind that you can't even use the points for after you've hit the rec level cap. You can put them into other things. Now this next question is hardly a surprise, as of course there's been a lot of talk about the cloud, especially since the Xbox One was first touted at the original reveal at E3, and basically he was asked if Halo 5 is actually going to be using it, or well, more specifically, is it going to be used for the Halo 5 campaign? And he basically said, we use cloud compute for co-op games. And our last question that I want to address is basically someone asked about the lack of traditional BTB maps at launch, and then his response to this was, quote, "Warzone is the evolution of BTB on steroids. We'll also be adding a more traditional BTB mode post-launch." So basically, at launch, you're going to have Warzone. Then after launch, some point after launch, a couple of months after, if I had to take a rough guesstimate, it's going to be added with a more traditional BTB mode. So it's not going to be exactly probably what you're expecting, but it is, quote, more traditional. So probably more what you had in mind when you're thinking of BTB with Halo. So, love to hear some thoughts from you guys and long-time Halo players on these comments from Josh Holmes. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.